Pacejet shipping works with the NetSuite item fulfillment and will be used by the warehouse resources within your company that pack and ship. There are many methods within NetSuite for fulfilling sales orders. The most basic method utilizes the Fulfill button on an individual sales order. NetSuite also provides a function called Bulk Fulfill that creates fulfillments for many sales orders in a batch. There are also picking solutions provided by NetSuite and third parties that automate the fulfillment process. Regardless of the method, Pacejet shipping integration begins when the item fulfillment is created and several buttons become active. The Ship and Stage buttons will both push an item fulfillment into Pacejet. If you are ready to process the shipment now, use the Ship button to open the Pacejet Rate and Ship page. If the shipment will be processed later, use the Stage button to pass the item fulfillment into the Pacejet shipping workbench. Pacejet also provides an integration method where the item fulfillment transfers automatically into Pacejet without user intervention. This method is used when either bulk fulfill or picking automation is the method chosen in NetSuite. We will explore both methods in this session. Upon pressing the Ship button, the item fulfillment transfers into Pacejet. This includes the ship from and the ship to. If the shipping method has been set on the item fulfillment, the carrier and class of service will be visible in Pacejet as part of the shipment details. During quoting, Pacejet estimates the packages. However, during shipping, the actual packages need to be entered so that the correct number of labels are printed. Completion of the package information section is mandatory for any shipment. The packer shipper will input the physical packages that have been created. Pacejet uses the term package and container generically. Each row within the package information section represents a package, whether a skid, box, or envelope. The container drop-down on the left is used to populate the dimensions for standard size packages that are used repeatedly. The dimensions may also be entered manually. The weight can be entered, read from a scale, or calculated by Pacejet. A calculated weight requires accurate weights on the items in NetSuite and use of Pacejet's item packing. The classification drop-down on the right is used only for freight shipments to select the NMFC classification for the skid. Once all containers have been entered, item packing is optionally used to identify the items in the packages. Most carriers do not care about what is in the package. They typically need to know only the number of packages, their weight, and dimensions. Use of item packing is solely a shipper choice based on internal or customer needs. Item packing provides an on-screen drag-and-drop method for associating items with their packages. The special services and commodity international sections may also need to be completed. The special services allows for selection of additional services offered by the carrier beyond the class of service. These are commonly called accessorial services. The commodity international section must be completed for shipments that are leaving the shipper's country. When all sections needed for the shipment have been completed, select the play icon to transmit the shipment to the carrier. Parcel carriers provide the labels to Pacejet for printing. Connections with LTL carriers provide rates and possibly pro-bill numbers and pickup requests. For LTL shipments, Pacejet will generate a bill of lading and shipping address labels for the skids. When you see the shipment confirmation page, it's an indication that labels and paperwork are printing and the NetSuite item fulfillment is being updated. Upon refreshing the NetSuite item fulfillment, we can see the updates that have occurred. On the Pacejet tab, there are a number of custom fields which are introduced into NetSuite when the Pacejet bundle is installed. These fields are informational. The freight cost and the freight price have been set with the values seen in the Pacejet rate results. The Pacejet package info at the bottom of the Pacejet tab reflects the packages input into Pacejet. Note that if the item packing is not performed, the contents will be listed all with the first package. The standard NetSuite fields are found on the Shipping tab. The shipping method is set. The shipping cost is set based on the freight terms. When the freight terms are prepaid and charged, the shipping cost will reflect the freight price. For all other freight terms, the shipping cost is set to 0. Lastly, the status of the item fulfillment is advanced to shipped, making the item fulfillment ready for the next step in the NetSuite process, which is billing. Now that we understand the overall process flow, let's explore shipment processing when item fulfillments flow automatically into Pacejet as they are being created in NetSuite. In this process flow, the packer-shipper does not need access to NetSuite. As item fulfillments are created, they flow into Pacejet's shipping workbench. If the shipping method has been set, the carrier and service columns will be populated. If the shipping method is blank, it's an indication that rate shopping will be used during the shipping process to determine the carrier and the class of service. While the shipping workbench does represent a queue of shipments to be processed, most users do not work from the workbench. Instead, they react to the physical orders needing to be shipped. A NetSuite pick ticket is typically used in the handoff from the picker to the packer-shipper. The NetSuite sales order number is on the pick ticket in a barcoded format and is used in Pacejet's quick search. The quick search can be used anywhere within Pacejet to find a shipment. The quick search filters, finds, and retrieves the item fulfillment from the shipping workbench, opening the Rate and Ship page. From here, the process remains the same. Input the package information section and optionally use item packing. Complete the shipment services and commodity international sections if needed. Process the shipment if the carrier and class of service is known. Otherwise, rate shop to determine the carrier and class of service. When you see the shipment confirmation page, it is an indication that labels and paperwork are printing and the NetSuite item fulfillment is being updated. Upon refreshing the NetSuite item fulfillment, we can see that the same updates have occurred to the Pacejet tab, to the Shipping tab, and the status has moved to shipped.